Hello and welcome back to ManVFilm. It's time for Radiance's December announcements. We have a box set and two standalone releases here this month. All exciting as always. All that I'm looking forward to dive in and have a look at more in depth with you folk out there. So let's do it. First up, we have a second film in the collection by Bo Widerberg after a Man in the Roof, which was fantastic. I am super excited just to see his name on another release because I've been waiting a while, and I know some of you people have as well, for more Nordic noir. So we have The Man from Mallorca. Following a slick post office robbery, two police officers see their investigation turn into one of high-level corruption and institutional intrigue. Bo Widerberg follows his earlier investigation thriller, The Man on the Roof, with a focus on realism and procedural detail. Adapted from the novel by Leif Persson and starring Svon Volter. Widerberg's film channels the style of his earlier crime masterpiece but presents a new world, gritty and often intense. The Man from Mallorca is another classic of Nordic noir. This is a high-def digital transfer. We have the uncompressed mono PCM audio, on-set reportage, including behind-the-scenes images and comments, TV feature, interview with the assistant director, interview with Barry Forshaw, teaser trailer gallery, new improved English subtitle translation, reversible sleeve, and it's limited to 3,000 copies. And as usual with new announcements, if you add all of the December releases, you get 10% off in that order as well. Great. I loved The Man in the Roof. I thought that was fantastic. It was a terrifically effective piece of work, and I am super excited for another Bo Widerberg film to be released. And I'm ready for that one. Next up, we have Yokohama BJ Blues. When the police detective best friend is killed, down-at-heel private eye and part-time blues singer BJ gets the blame. He must start his own investigation to clear his name, but what he uncovers is a web involving crooked cops, drug-dealing gangsters, the city's underground gay and biker scenes, and even his own past. A loose remake of Robert Altman's The Long Goodbye that also draws from Visconti's Death in Venice. This was Matsuda's break with his action hero image. Samurai movie veteran Ichi Kudo relishes his chance at directing a neo-noir that captures urban Japan in the height of its 80s decadence. That sounds phenomenal. There's not a bad thing in there for me. I love these kind of stories. Private detectives, people drawn into trying to solve mysteries that pertain to themselves. In fact, it's a loose remake to The Long Goodbye. It's just phenomenal. That kind of parallel with Visconti's Death in Venice, everything about that just makes me really interested. This is a high-def digital transfer, world premiere on Blu-ray, uncompressed mono PCM audio, interview with star Mari Hemi, interview with the screenwriter Shochichi Moriyama, interview with writer and Yokohama expert Toru Sano on the film, and a look at the locations. We got a trailer, newly translated English subtitles, reversible sleeve, limited edition booklet, and it's limited to 3,000 copies. Yeah, that sounds great. And on to the box set, which is Nothing is Sacred. 3 Heresies by Louis Buñuel. Let's see, Nothing is Sacred. From 1946 to 1965, Louis Buñuel directed 21 films in Mexico, the country that became his naturalized home. Towards the end of this period, the great master of surrealism would meet 2 of his most important collaborators, the husband and wife duo of producer Gustavo Alatrice and actress Silvia Pinal. Together, they would create 3 of his most provocative and enduring works: Verdiana, The Exterminating Angel, and Simon of the Desert. Presented here in new restorations, all 3 films are frequently hailed as some of the greatest of all time. All of what makes Buñuel one of the most greatest directors can be found within them. The stunning imagery, the uncompromising surrealism, the wicked humour, the unapologetic eroticism, and the overwhelming disdain and contemporary boundaries of good taste. In Viridiana, Penal stars as formal nun who, believing she has been defiled by a relative, abandons nunhood and attempts to repent and lead a morally pure existence by turning a mansion into a shelter for vagrants. Hugely controversial on its release, this brilliant satire remains shocking today and is voted the best Spanish film of all time by Spanish critics in 2016. The Exterminating Angel is one of Brunel's most extraordinary and enduring works. After a night at the opera, a group of bourgeois party guests realise that they are inexplicably unable to leave the dining room, and they are sequestered in and quickly descend into savagery. An influential blend of horror, comedy, drama, and social commentary, this film was named one of the 200 greatest of all time in the 2022 Sight and Sound Critics Poll. That one sounds particularly interesting. Simon of the Desert is a typically outrageous and provocative commentary on the organised religion, a parable of Simon, the would-be saint who lives an ascetic life atop of a 10-foot pillar. The film features a memorable turn for Penal as the devil and an unforgettably bizarre ending. That's a promising final line there. We have new 4K restorations from Viridiana and Simon of the Desert from the original negatives. A new restoration, The Exterminating Angel, from a 4K scan by Radiance Films. We have uncompressed mono PCM audio for each film, new film appreciations for each film and Brunel by filmmakers Richard Ayoade, Alex Cox, Guillermo del Toro, and Lulu Wang. Wow, what a lineup! The Life and Times of Don Louis Brunel, a BBC Arena documentary on Brunel featuring contributions from Brunel and collaborators including Catherine Deneuve, presented on Blu-ray for the first time. That's extensive, 98 minutes. A Mexican Brunel documentary directed by Emilio Mel on Brunel's Mexican period, which is 50 minutes long. Brunel, a surrealist filmmaker, a feature-length documentary directed by Javier Espada on Brunel's life and career, presented in Blu-ray for the first time. 83 minutes. Wow. An interview with Brunel from 1964 recorded for French TV's Cinéastes de Notre Temps. The Other Trinity, Alice Street, Brunel and Penal, a visual essay on Brunel in Mexico by Abraham Castillo Flores. Dinner and Other Rituals, a visual essay on The Exterminating Angel by Alexandra Heller Nicholas. Audio commentary on Viridiana by critic Michael Brook. Audio commentary on Simon of the Desert by Kat Ellinger. Gallery of stills, trailer, English subtitles for each film, reversible sleeves, 80-page booklet, and it's limited to 6,000 copies, and that is exhaustive. Woo! There is so much there to unpack. The films all sound really interesting, particularly The Exterminating Angel really has piqued my curiosity, and this just sounds fantastic. So I believe all of these are out on the 16th of December. They all sound very different, very interesting. Yeah, it's a great time just before Christmas as well. If you're looking to pick up some extra presents, I am sold in all of these releases. They all sound interesting films and something I can't wait to get my teeth into. What of these films get you excited? Is there any that makes you go, yes, I need to have that in the collection? Have you seen any of the films? I want to let me know your opinion of them. Then drop me a comment in the comment box below. I particularly want to know what you're going to pick up because I'm just nosy. As always, there is more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to Patreon, membership program, and manvfilm.com. Always in which you can support me. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.